She just bent down to pick it up. Suddenly, her mother blare flashed and disappeared. However, the moment she raised her head again, the scene before her transformed into something else. The alien sight filled her with fear. It turns out Hae-rin's dad was running for village chief. The villagers unanimously supported the apple-growing candidate. Suddenly, the window began to shake violently. Dozens of trucks kicked up a cloud of dust. A few sharply dressed employees stepped out of 3 luxury cars. Hae-rin, in a professional outfit, slowly got out of the car under the watchful eyes of the whole village. Dad! This call of dad shocked everyone present. She strode confidently to the podium and winked at her father-in-law. Then she made an official self-introduction. She's Hae-rin, the daughter-in-law of the village chief. Hae-rin's dad. Turns out her sister-in-law heard that her father's election was going poorly, so she tentatively texted Hae-rin, asking her sister-in-law to come to the countryside for support. Little did she expect, chairman of the largest department store in South Korea, after reading her text, actually came. Additionally, Hae-rin specially brought small gifts for the villagers. These included nutritional products, ginseng, red ginseng, high-end cosmetics, imported silk scarves, and branded clothes. This big gesture made Jeonya's dad extremely proud, as the villagers basked in joy. Only Jeonya's mom told her son about it. Upon hearing his wife was in the countryside, Jeonnya rushed over immediately. This moment Hae arrived at the old house. She rummaged through the drawer and found that long-forgotten memory. She then sat at the door and started listening. Suddenly, a little boy walked up. He sat beside her, puzzled. Curiously, he asked who Hae was, because he knew everyone in this house. He had a rather bad attitude at this moment. No matter how Hae explained, the little boy just didn't believe her. What is the name of the dog in this house? Little Yellow. Little Flower. This silly doesn't have a dog. Wow, kids nowadays are so sharp. Hae clarified that she was Jeonya's wife. Upon hearing this, the boy immediately changed his attitude. Because he was Jeonya's brother-in-law's son, he was effectively Hae's tenant. The boy stood straight and saluted at a 90-degree angle. Then he started to flatter her. There is an unfamiliar car in front of the house. Excuse me, is it yours? Yes, it's mine. That's so cool. Bike engine with maximum horsepower and 0 to 100 acceleration. Is that unicorn-level car really yours? May I have a seat? The boy inundated me with compliments. Even a heartless Dan couldn't refuse, especially not from a crafty nephew. Hae-rin instructed the driver to make a few extra loops just before departure. The eldest nephew expressed his gratitude respectfully. In a good mood, Hae-rin was about to listen to his mother. Accidentally dropped down on the ground. As she bent to pick it up, a sudden episode struck. In an instant, she was lost in a dreamlike state. She forgot why she was here, and what her purpose was. Hae-rin found the scene before her extremely unfamiliar. Feelings of helplessness and unease suddenly surged. Her legs gave way, and she collapsed to the ground uncontrollably. Anxiety, fear, terror, various emotions intertwined. Meanwhile, Hae just arrived at the village entrance. He learned from his father that his wife went to the ancestral home. However, no one answered his calls. So he hurried to the ancestral home. On the way, he met the driver. The driver hadn't seen Hae-rin either. At that moment, Hae observed ME3 in the bushes. He immediately realized something was wrong. Then he rode his bicycle, searched every place for his wife's whereabouts. But no matter how long he rode, there were still no clues. Came home. Meanwhile, Hae wandered like a lost child, aimlessly roaming, with no idea where she was headed. Just as she was struggling to move forward, a light appeared ahead, like a beam shining through a crack, bringing endless hope. She focused inside was her husband Hae. However, Hae threw down his bicycle and hurried over to her, demanding loudly what was going on. Why are you here? Why are you angry? Suddenly heard you came to the countryside. When I arrived, I found you weren't at the old house. You weren't at the polling center, and no one knew where you were. I couldn't reach you by phone. What's going on? I just stepped out for a walk. Hae couldn't hold back his emotions anymore. He blurted out how worried he was about his wife. However, Hae disliked being worried about, because she doesn't want to be seen as a patient. At this moment, Hae has regained his calm. He apologized for his earlier outburst. Then he turned around and prepared to leave. But watching his back, Hae-rin then realized how much her husband cares for her. Because Hae's clothes were already soaked in sweat. Finally, Hae-rin mustered the courage to admit that she lost consciousness due to her illness. She couldn't remember what happened. She couldn't even remember why she was here. She was clearly at the door of the old house, but when she regained her senses, she was in an unfamiliar place. She didn't know how she got there, and she had no idea what happened during this time. I'm really scared. Upon hearing this, Hae quickly walked over to Hae-rin. He wrapped her in his arms. His eyes were filled with guilt and reluctance, and Hae-rin responded to his embrace. Epilogue. Hae-rin died in an accident involving her siblings. Her parents decided to send her abroad for school. However, her classmates spread rumors that she had gone crazy, that she was to be sent to a mental hospital. She accidentally fell while leaving school. No one came to comfort her. At that moment, a boy walked over and handed over a bent Hae. Used to loneliness, she refused the stranger's kindness. However, the boy not only carefully treated Hae-jin's wound, but also repeatedly advised her to apply medicine afterwards. This was the first meeting between Hae and Hae-jin. After Hae-jin left,